Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a seriously dramatic tale. It's a story of wild human ambition, literally defined geography, and an engineering achievement that, well, completely rewired the globe. We're talking about the Panama Canal. You know, this isn't just some giant trench filled with water. It is absolutely the world's greatest shortcut, and it fundamentally changed the speed and scale of global trade forever. So, did you ever wonder why one of the world's most important waterways was built in the first place? I mean, it seems like a pretty simple question, right? But the answer is actually rooted in this massive, incredibly high-stakes geographical challenge. Because before we had this waterway, the map of global trade looks wildly different, and frankly, a whole lot more intimidating.
Section 1. The dangerous old route, the high stakes of pre-canal travel.
Just picture this. Before the canal existed, ships that needed to cross from the Atlantic to the Pacific, they faced this treacherous, weeks-long detour all the way around the southern tip of South America, right around Cape Horn. It was an absolute logistical nightmare. You were regularly exposing your crew and your precious cargo to extreme risks and totally unpredictable, violent weather. But today, that modern journey bypasses thousands of kilometers entirely. It allows trade to flow rapidly and much more securely right across the globe.
Moving on to Section 2. Changing world trade, the grand solution.
So humanity really needed a way out of this geographical trap. And the solution? Building the ultimate bridge. By literally carving a watery path right through the landmass, engineers physically connected the Atlantic Ocean directly to the Pacific Ocean. Think about that. This single, monumental cut completely redrew the global shipping map. It just entirely eliminated the need to sail around a whole continent. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive economic velocity we're talking about here. By shaving thousands of kilometers off transit times, literally billions of dollars in goods flow through this vital artery every single year. Cargo moves at a pace that absolutely fuels our modern global economy. It's operating at a scale and a speed that was, honestly, completely unimaginable before the canal was finished. But hey, it wasn't just about moving commercial cargo. The United States had some major geopolitical motivations at play too. By controlling a direct, rapid path between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, the U.S. fundamentally strengthened its naval power. All of a sudden, its maritime fleets could shift between the two coasts incredibly efficiently. No more circling all of South America just to respond to crises or project their strength. It was a real game changer. Which brings us to Section 3, the price of construction, the human cost. You know, constructing this massive project was far from easy. Behind all the economic and geopolitical triumphs, there lies a really grave reality on the ground. The path to this geographical shortcut was, unfortunately, paved with profound human suffering and immense technical difficulties. It was a dark, dangerous, and just incredibly challenging undertaking from start to finish. Thousands upon thousands of workers fell victim to a brutal trio of hardships. We're talking deadly tropical diseases like malaria and yellow fever, punishing extreme heat, and incredibly volatile working conditions that involved massive excavations in really unpredictable terrain. This staggering human toll is an absolutely inseparable part of the canal's history. The men who actually dug this trench out of the earth paid the ultimate price. Let's look at Section 4, an engineering miracle today, the modern impact. But despite those immense challenges and heavy sacrifices, the legacy of what was built endures so powerfully today. It's really no exaggeration to say that today, the Panama Canal is counted among the world's greatest engineering miracles. It stands as this incredible, lasting testament to what can be achieved when humanity decides to, quite literally, reshape the earth to connect the world together. So I want you to just think about it for a second. If this canal had not been built, how absolutely slow would world trade be today? I mean, imagine our hyper-connected, ultra-fast modern world suddenly forced to take that long, incredibly dangerous detour around South America for every single major shipment. No way, right? It completely shifts your perspective on how fragile and yet totally vital our global infrastructure really is. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep analyzing and keep learning.